Secure in our faith. Secure in our faith. In times like this, the one thing that we are most sure is insecurity. Amen. We don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. Amen. Y'all, you know I'm right about that?
Yes, yes.
Times have gotten so that you run by the gas station and it went down 2 or 3 pennies, you want to hurry up and get some, but they might jump right back up there. That's how insecure we have become.
Yes.
And it reflects, amen?
Yes.
The economy right now is in such a state that it's not that people don't have money, it's just that they're not spending what they got.
That's right.
So they're saying we might be headed for a deflation.
Right.
Amen. Where the prices go down so low that it affects us in other ways.
All right.
People get laid off if the company not making no money, you don't need as many workers. If the prices of goods and services don't cover the manufacturing costs, then you're going to have to let some stuff go.
Yes.
Amen. It's because people are insecure.
Right.
When I get some money, I want to hold on to it. We don't know about tomorrow.
All right.
But I stopped by to tell you today that we need to be secure in our faith.
Amen.
If we're secure in our faith, then we don't worry about the things that might happen
Amen. All
tomorrow.
Amen.
Amen. You know, we struggling. All of us who have reached that baby boomer age.
Yes.
I remember talking about baby boom was 20 years ago. And I thought, that ain't no big deal. But I realized that third of the nation is baby boomers.
Yes.
We all coming to the boom stage at the right time. Amen. For us to bust up some stuff.
All right now.
Amen. It's rough because people are saying that they're going to lose a good deal of the workforce. Amen. And qualified people are not there to replace them. Amen. Because my generation learned how to do some stuff.
Yes.
Because we worked for a living.
Amen.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
We had to have some skills to do whatever it is we needed to do. We couldn't go on the internet and dial up a paycheck. You had to. It doesn't matter. I listened to the news the other day and they were talking about this man that was going cold turkey to break an addiction. You don't tell cold turkey all the time. What's the big deal on national news? His addiction was to the internet. He was going cold turkey because he was addicted. They had some addicted to Amen. Amen. And some folk who I talk to about it say, yes, he usually get addicted. Not for me. But everybody got their thing. I want y'all to just to look back for a minute, if you would, to a time when you were young. Do you remember when your birthday or Christmas was coming? You know how anxious and excited you got? Expecting to get you some gifts or some kind of special treat or something. And you always knew that there was going to be some kind of a little surprise in there. You just snuck in and found one present, but you knew there was going to be something else. You know, you've been dropping them hints for months. You know that somebody done caught some of it. And they may have said, we can't afford that stuff, but you knew that was going to be some kind of surprise. Birthdays serve to keep us looking for stuff, doesn't it? Amen, is that right? And we would anticipate. And that's what birthdays does and Christmas. It combines anticipation, amen, with assurance. it's also the two factors involved with faith.
All right.
Anticipation and assurance. See, faith is a conviction based on past experiences that God's new and fresh surprises will come our way.
Amen.
Amen. We know God done did it before.
Oh,
And
yes.
we believe He will
Do
do it again.
Yes.
And we got faith that He will do it. Ain't that right? There are two words that describe faith in my mind. It is sure and certain.
All right.
Sure and certain. Amen. Because when we look at these two qualities, we need a what do you call it? A secure beginning and a secure ending point. But believing in God is the beginning, ain't that right?
Right.
Amen. We believe that He is who He says He is. And believing in His promises is the ending. We believe He's going to do what He said He would do. And that sums up faith. When we start looking at faith, we got to know that God's going to take care
Yes.
of us. He always has. There's no reason for me to don't think He will do it now.
Amen.
So I be secure in my faith, and having faith gives you some security, don't it?
Amen.
Because you know that some storms are going to come in your life, but God's going to be there to cover them.
Yes.
That's how we hold on. Am I right?
Amen.
But the Jews, the Christian Jews that Paul was speaking to today, they were in what's the word? They were about can't think this morning. Amen. But they were in danger. That's the word, of losing their faith because of the trials and the tribulations that were going on with them. They were actually thinking about going back to Judaism. Amen. They wanted to, because they had so many things happening to them in this Christian thing, because persecution comes when you don't think like other folk. I heard them in Sunday school this morning talking about how some people then rejected them because of their faith, because of their belief, because they didn't stop doing some things that they used to do. But let me tell you, if you still got the same friends that you had before you came to Christ, you better take a look at yourself.
All right now.
Because if they didn't come to Christ with you, then something's wrong. Somebody's tricking somebody else. Because I've been out there for a long time, and all them brothers were my good buddies. When I came to Christ, they didn't come with me.
Amen.
And we still speak, but the conversations are real short. They're real short. We don't have a whole lot to talk about, but we don't have a whole lot in common anymore. So if you still hanging with the home girls or the home boys that you hung with before you got saved, something wrong with that picture. I'm not saying you can't speak with them, but y'all don't have the same things in common anymore. Amen. You shouldn't anyway. Let me say it like that. The Bible tells me, in a man being Christ, he becomes a new creature. All the old things pass away. Now, if your best good buddy didn't become a new creature, and y'all still hanging and talking every day, there's something wrong. Because they will help you lose your faith.
Yes.
Amen. Just like the Jewish Christians with the trials and the tribulations and the persecution, they can cause us to turn away from God. Amen. God's been good to us, and we sure and certain about that, but stuff keep coming. We get to wonder, is God who He say He is?
Yes, He is.
Why haven't He come to see about me? I'm struggling.
All right.
I got problems, and I know I make some mistakes, but why don't God do something? And then after a while, we stop calling on God altogether.
Come on. All right.
We just say, well, I'm just out here on my own. I'm not to make it the best I can. And me going to that church didn't change nothing. You know how many people come to church and think life don't change?
Come on now.
Huh?
Yes.
A lot of people come to church, and the church have lied to people for years. They've told them that when you give your life to Christ, that everything's going to be all right. And when you give your life to Christ, everything ain't all right. Because